And we are live. I'll get my mic. Yeah, this took forever and a day. Forever and a day. All right. There we go. Let's also do a dual live, and let's jump on Instagram with our live as well. About time for me to wash this hair. Let's do it. A bit of a different setup today, but I'm into it. I am into it. What's up, guys? What's up? Today is Wednesday, and you already know what it is. We are talking boxing. Yeah, there's plenty to talk about. We have a big fight coming up this weekend, and I will be happy when it's over because I am sick of the shenanigans. My only hope is that once this fight week is over, that we don't see as much of Ryan. Something tells me, though, he's still going to be up to the same thing. So I really want to see if he's trolling to sell the fight or if he's just blatantly just out here doing and saying anything he wants to say. I'm almost positively sure, my spidey senses tells me that the reason why the Mets really didn't let them throw the ball out the first pitch was because of Ryan. I feel like we all know when you mess with the gay community, it doesn't end happily. He over there talking about he identifies as a woman and he identifies as they, and he's been attacked from a grown man as a woman and as a pronoun. Yeah. Mets probably saw that and was like, yeah, no. They shut all that down. Thank you so much. Yes, I was on Talver's Take earlier this week, and we were doing a breakdown of the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight. We talked a little bit about some other things in boxing outside of the fight, but yeah. He's just trying to get pay-per-view buys. You think Ryan is entertaining, huh? I guess that's one way of putting it. That is certainly one way of putting it. So as we get closer to this fight, who do you guys have winning? I've been Team Haney the entire time. Um, have you guys jumped ship? Who y'all got? You heard the venue isn't even sold out. I haven't looked at the ticket sales, but I know that was a thing. People were showing like the floor seats or the floor chart in general and what was still available. I honestly feel like, I don't know if I would say it's good marketing. He's doing a great job in staying relevant, that's for sure. But I really just feel like it's all over the place. At this point, he'll be better off having a show called Keeping Up with Ryan Garcia. That's what he should have did. It's had a whole mini series similar to what Haney's doing, but not focus on the boxing part and just the everyday shit that he has going on. I think that would have been better than us just watching all this unfold in real time on his social media. I think that would have been way more interesting. Haney wins, but he is boring. His father has to speak for him. Honestly, I feel like both of they trash talking is terrible. Um, it's not either their strongest suit. Ryan's weight cut, what you mean? It's messing him up, fucking him up. You think he's struggling to cut weight? Has he said he's struggling? I know he's been on here flexing his abs and his muscles and grabbing his skin. Definitely that too. In the end, he'll crash and burn, but for now, it's maximizing being relevant. Yeah. Oh, he's dehydrated. You would think after how he cut weight with Tank, he would be doing it much better now. Feeling like he was weight drained and he was dehydrated. You would think, I mean, he's too busy running his mouth. That's probably why he dehydrated. He's alcoholic. Yeah, I don't even know. When you do drink, there's like two effects to drinking. It can either like make you super bloated or it will dehydrate you. And it will dehydrate your skin and your muscles. They'll pop a lot more. There's actually like people that, um, not everybody, but I've heard of bodybuilders, when they get close to day of, night of their competition, usually clear is better to drink and to drink it straight. So drinking vodka sometimes dehydrates their muscles and make it pop even more. But I don't think this is the approach that he's going. They should put Devin Potts versus B Hop on a Tyson versus Paul undercard. What if Ryan wins? What if Ryan wins? What will they say about Haney? Um, the only way I see Ryan winning is if he catches Haney with the left or the right. But I honestly feel like everybody knows what Ryan has. Everybody knows, what he essentially his game plan. Um, I feel like Ryan telegraphs his left hand and his right hand. I think Haney's smart enough of a fighter that he will be able to see those telltale signs while he's in the ring in real time fighting. Um, so while on one hand, I say that's the only way he can knock him out, the only way he can beat him, he's definitely not beating him by points. Ryan's jab is non-existent, and when it is existent, like it's not effective. It doesn't set anything up. He, I mean, he doesn't use it as a probing jab. He doesn't use it as it's not a stiff jab. It could be quick, but for the most part, in his last fight with Durate, he just held it out there. Like after the first couple of rounds, he showed that he had a jab, wasn't really that effective, didn't really keep Durate off of him, and then he went towards like just having it as like just holding it out there and kind of trying to line them up and measure them up. So from what I've been able to see that has been posted from Ryan Garcia as far as training is that maybe they're preparing to force Haney to come towards them to fight off the back foot and to counter off the back foot. That's really the only thing that I can possibly pick apart from what he's been posting in the gym and training with Derrick James. It seems as though he comes forward a little bit in some of those videos, but it seems as though he's just really working on counters, going forward and coming backwards or fighting backwards. Okay, let's see. What I miss? He can't help but misbehave and crash out. How alcoholic can't help but misbehave. I think Ryan, he's young. He has a lot of money. He has no structure. He's just in this world of his own, in this web of his own. So, take that for what it is. Ryan's only going to win via payday. He is definitely taking an L in the fight. But real question, Queensberry versus Matchroom card. Is that card of the year? Oh, Queensberry versus Matchroom card of the year. I think it has the potential to. They're putting on some good fights, like some good fight cards from the top to the bottom. What do you think about Tank Shakur going back and forth today? I see, at first, Shakur had a lot of respect for Tank, and it seems as though that is out the window. I don't know if that's because he's fed up or if it's, tactic. But I'm definitely with it. You give respect where respect is due, but at the end of the day, it's a guy that he's chasing. So I like the spiciness. Yes, Haney going to start self-state. Yes, Haney going to stay self and outbox him. But Ryan can hurt Haney. Talk about it Wednesday. I like that. How do you think training Ryan Garcia will affect Derrick James' rep? Honestly, I don't think it affects it. I think we all see what it is, and that's he's getting a check. And more power to him. More power to him. Do any of these young big name boxers have structure? Yeah. Haney has structure. Shakur has structure. Have they made the amount of money that Ryan made on his last fight? I mean, his fight with Tank? No. But at the same time, like, they're up there. Devin's making pretty good money. Who else? Benavidez, he has more structure in his life. He's young. He's only 26. He stay in the gym. Ryan looked good right now on the open workout. He's going to have to go forward. He's not a counter puncher. Are you referring to Haney or Ryan with that comment? But I got Haney win by unanimous decision, not KO. He don't have the power to win by knockout. Abdullah Mason has the most structural background I've seen. I would agree. Abdullah Mason, he's hungry. Shakur needs new promotion. Well, see, he got one fight left. But if Ryan hits Haney with that power shot, it could be a short night for Haney. What do you think about Bud about to do business with Turkey Al-Sheikh? Is that how you say his name? I'm happy. Bud's well-deserving of the bigger stage, well-deserving of a huge payday. So I'm all for it, and I'm happy to see it. Okay. All right, I'm about to start letting you guys in. Think Boots got what it takes to beat Bud. Yeah, I think he. I don't know about that. Bud is one of those guys that I feel like with age he gets better. Um, I think he's one of those guys that with his age and his experience, like the wisdom that he's been able to accumulate, I feel like it in real time when he's inside of the ring against his opponents, I feel like he's able to put it all together. Um, and I think as long as his mind continues to work inside the ring, I think he could go for a while. I think he can go for a while. He's not a guy who relies on power. He doesn't need power. I think we obviously saw that he does have power. Um, did he knock out? Um, did he knock out Arrow? No, but we saw the damage that he did to him. So I think a guy who knows punch placement, a guy who understands the ring, has the IQ. I think we can see him for a very long time. And I don't know if Boots can beat him unless Boots will have to beat him mentally. And I don't know if that's possible. You know, I feel like when we look at other fighters, we think about, okay, once they get towards the end of their career, we feel like, okay, some of these younger guys have a chance. And history says that most times they do. But like I said, he's a guy who hasn't taken a lot of punishment. So he doesn't have, I feel like, the same years as other fighters do at his age. He stopped his last 11 fights, 8 of them welterweights. What is I think Boots needs to focus on um like just putting himself in place to force those fights to happen. Um I don't know if he's I mean, I don't know if he's been Bud's mandatory, but just continue to force those fights to happen. I feel like fight guys that prepare you to be better than a Bud. Um, so when the opportunity does come, like, you know, it's no doubt that you're going to win. Boots will have to clip him or make it a boring fight in box. Winnable fight for Boots, but Bud got too much experience. Are you saying that when two fighters are forced to box, it's a boring fight? Can't say that because if experience is the issue, Benavidez can't beat Canelo. No, I'm not saying that the experience is the biggest separator, but it experience is a separator. However, in the sense of boost, I'm saying get the experience of fighting different styles of fighters, fighting every style. I feel like Benavidez is gaining that experience. Um, where he fought Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant in the super middleweight division is probably one of the most shiftiest fighters, one of the better shiftier fighters. Um, he has good foot movement. He has good punch placement, in my opinion. Like Caleb Plant, he's no slouch. Um, so he went up against Caleb Plant, and did a good job. Um, let's see who else. Boo Boo Andre was supposed to be one of the most technical guys that he faced in the division. We saw what he did with him. That's, again, experience. Now you've gone up against a guy who's shifty. You've gone up against a guy who's technical. You're going up against a guy who is a pressure fighter. Like, get the experience of different styles is what I'm saying. Benavidez is yet to fight a counterpuncher with power. Very interested in how he looks at 75. See, and then, but those are the things that I feel like Benavidez is challenging himself so that when the opportunity does come, he's ready for it. He feels like he's ready for it now, but the more, as he says, the more he continues to get seasoned, the worse it's going to be. How dangerous is Boots? I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about that willingness to be a killer, but has that. I think Boots has it too. Um, Boots versus Thurman, maybe regardless of the mandatory. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that because Boots is now with Matchroom. Hmm. Nobody wants to fight Boots for a reason. I think Boots is athletic. He's Yeah. I think Boots, he's athletic. He's very close to, not even very close. He is, I feel like, a well-rounded fighter. Um, yeah, and so much more. Boots stopping everyone at 147. You know who else just said they were moving up? Morel. I just think it's a little, weird. Like, these guys, they don't get the fights that they want, and then they move up, and it's like everybody just follows suit. So then you guys are back in the same situation where you got to make the fights happen. Like, we know Benavidez is moving up to 175. Yeah, I think Morel said he was too. And we all wanted to see that fight. But we talked about that last week, and I agree that it should be a title fight. So maybe that's the plan. Benavidez moves up, he gets the title, and then we get the Morel fight in the meantime while we wait for um, Canelo. So on Tiver Take, I was asked, is Canelo ducking Benavidez? And I know this is something that everybody wants to talk about. And my response was, I feel as though Canelo does not need to fight Benavidez in order to solidify his legacy that at this point is already solidified. Canelo is going down as a future pound for pound Hall of Famer. No questions about it. If he does not fight Bud, I do not think that revokes him from getting inside the Hall of Fame club. Um, Mike, I got you. It depends on how late you're going on your show. I actually only want to be on here for an hour today. Um, but anyways, so yeah, I said I don't think that he needs Benavidez on his resume, win, loss, draw at all to solidify him in his legacy. I don't think so. Now, one of the things that I did say was if Canelo decides to go up and decides to stay up and weight at 175, then I feel like, yeah, 175. Light heavyweight, then I feel like he needs to fight Benavidez because the whole point of Canelo going up in weight is to continue to chase greatness, to continue to etch his name in the history books and becoming multiple weight division champions, undisputed champion. So if that is the road that he's on and he decides to go up and stay at 175, then yes, he needs to fight Benavidez. But if he stays at 168, is it 168 or 165? If he stays at super middleweight and Benavidez has now decided to go up in weight, I don't feel like he needs to fight him. And I'm sticking to it. Because at the weight that he's at right now, why does he need to fight Benavidez? If he's accomplished everything, why does he need to do it? Just to prove you guys wrong? Just to give you guys a good fight? But if he goes up to 175 and stay there, then yeah, okay. Better be even Bivol are going to unify. I think Canelo is definitely eyeing a rematch with Bivol for double undisputed. And if that happens, okay, let's look at that scenario because that is probably going to be the scenario. Does Canelo fight David Benavidez now at 175, who has no titles, or does he go for the winner of Better Be versus Bivol? And if he decides to go for that one because he can become undisputed with one fight, are we still going to say that he's ducking Benavidez? Like, would you guys rather him fight Benavidez? I mean, it could. When's the last time Canelo's been a title eliminator? You know, like, is anybody going to force him and David Benavidez to have a title eliminator for one of those fights? Or would Better Be or Bivol go for Canelo over David Benavidez because it's a bigger fight? So you think he'd rather have Bivol than, but okay, so Better Be Bivol, David Benavidez. Either way, well, I won't say either way. Which one do you think he's going to take out of those three? Let's say Bivol loses. Do you say that he's going to fight Bivol again when Bivol doesn't have any titles over Better Be and over David Benavidez? If Bivol calls him out, let's say he wins, and if he calls out Canelo and Canelo doesn't fight him, would he be ducking? Canelo don't need Benavidez for his legacy status is already secure, but David Benavidez is the most deserving out of anybody in 168. Agreed. Definitely not fighting Better Be. Bivol already said it's over for him. I actually think it's Bivol who is uninterested in Canelo. You think so? I wonder how much did he get paid for that fight? Yeah. Honestly, Canelo's a payday. But Bivol's now getting a payday in Saudi, so maybe he doesn't need Canelo. But Canelo is a payday, no matter how you look at it. If I beat you once, like I'll beat you again, if that's the case. Because who else is going to give you that type of money? And now he's in a better position where if he does fight Canelo again, he, let's say he wins, he's undisputed, or not undisputed. What belts? Is it undisputed light heavyweight? Anyways, yeah, he's the one that will have the titles. He's the one that won the first fight, so I think it puts him in a much better leverage position for getting a bigger payday. Canelo tried to lowball him again, so he doesn't want to fight him anymore. Do you think Ryan's acting out or actually crazy? I definitely feel like he needs to be checked out and like for real, for real. Supposedly he has. I mean, he's already admitted to having anxiety and having mental battles since, what do you say, 17? So yeah, I do think something's off. And he's not on his meds. Yes, Better Be Even Bivol is for undisputed. Okay. Then yeah. I just feel like if you're undisputed, Canelo he's not in the position to control negotiations. I know Canelo is Canelo. He's the king. He's the face of boxing. But at that point, and Bivol's been fighting overseas. I think he's in a much better situation now than when he was when he fought Canelo the first time. You got Bivol over everybody. So if Canelo doesn't go back to 175, then it's what is he going to do? You know, what other fights are actually going to be present for him? We know he got the Munguia fight coming up. The Berlanga fight is on the table. He walked straight through Berlanga. David Morrell, but Morrell is talking about going up to 175 now. So, right. So, who else would he fight at 175? So I think he's gonna go up, and I think maybe it's not what he wants to do, but or he just fights catchweight. You ducking Morrell too, not gonna lie. What are we talking about? Welcome to the party. We are talking about Canelo. Where does he go after 168? If he goes to 175, does he have to fight Benavidez? And for the most part, we're all on the same accord saying that yes, if he goes up to 175, he does have to fight Benavidez. But I would like to see Benavidez do everything in his power to position himself to get a title before Canelo goes back up and get a title. That's what he needs to do. What else is happening? What else is happening? What else? We did see Benavidez should go back to 168. For what? Who? Because it doesn't seem like he's getting a Charlo fight. Or interested in a Charlo fight. I think if he goes back to 168, it's for morale. Okay, so you think he stays at 68 a little bit longer before retiring? I think Canelo got, what is he, 30? I think he got a few more years, I feel like, under his belt. Does he need to? No, but I think Canelo really thoroughly enjoys fighting. Like, thoroughly loves boxing. Because Canelo won't have no option soon. If he stay at 168, Canelo gonna hop, skip, and go up. I think Benavidez is playing it right, though. I would definitely be trying to get a title first. Hopefully, this fight that he has lined up in June makes him a mandatory. Going up in weight, now having a fight under him, being the victor. Hopefully, he gets the #1 ranking for either of the 4 belts, and then he's able to be the mandatory, and he's able to get the fight before Canelo. Canelo said he's fighting 5 more years. Yeah. And I could very well see him still at a high level fighting for 5 more years. I'm going to say yes. Do we think Benavidez beats the winner of Bivol versus Beterbiev? You're saying he will be the mandatory if he beats. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah. Hello from London. Bonjour. How was that? Is it bonjour? Bonjour. Who the fuck he gonna fight if not Benavidez in that 5? I don't know. Somebody will come along. Maybe you fight some in the 5th year. That's like what, 10 more fights? Yeah, that would be wild if Canelo won 10 more fights and didn't fight Benavidez. That would be wild. At that point, in 10 fights, if he don't fight Benavidez, I will gladly say that he's ducking. Let's see. Let's see. What else you guys got? What's the next topic y'all got? Who's the most excited matchup that you guys are looking forward to in this Matchroom versus Queensberry? I think I might. That's gonna be lit. I might need to start a GoFundMe so I can go. That's, you know what? Maybe I will. Y'all gonna contribute to my GoFundMe so I can go to Saudi and cover these fights. I think these are gonna be some great fights. I'm looking forward to see how Raymond Ford looks. Coming off his championship win and defending his title versus Nick Ball. I feel like I want to see how he's going to look because we all know he wanted to go up in weight, but Matchroom was like, no, you don't, sir. You got this title now. You about to defend it. I'm gonna start it. If you raise 150 million and you give it to Canelo, I'm checking you into the hospital myself. Ain't no way I'm raising 150 million for somebody else. We are very close to the heavyweight undisputed fight. I feel like there hasn't been a whole lot of promotions behind that with everything else going on. I will scam everyone in God's name. Ah, yeah, that's a good one right there. Devin versus Tank is the biggest fight in boxing right now. I think Tank is over everybody putting Haney and Shakur on him. Let's talk. What's the biggest fight that Shakur could have right now? Take out Haney, take out Tank, because they're clearly just not even interested. What's the biggest fight that he could have right now? Realistically, somebody that would actually give him a chance. Whether that's at 135 or 140. Pitbull, okay. I think Pitbull would give him a chance. But I think after Pitbull beat Broly, and now he's a WBA title holder, he got some good options in front of him. So I don't know if he would be looking at Shakur. I think the fight, him versus Matias, is the fight I 1000% want to see. Okay, we got 2, Shakur versus Cruz. Lomachenko would be a good fight. Loma would definitely be a good fight, but I honestly think that if Loma beats Kambosos, I don't think he's going to be looking at Shakur. I think he's going to be looking to get another title, to get a unification fight. Tank says Shakur in his 7-fight deal plans, he got 3 or 4 left. Tank Loma would be a good one. That would be a good one. I would rather see that over Shakur. Teofimo, I think Teofimo will fight Shakur too. Teofimo was just he was just on Instagram talking about, or I think he was on Instagram, either Instagram or Twitter, basically sharing his frustration of feeling like how many more situations he got to be in of take it or leave it. Did y'all see that? What did y'all think about that? What I was reading into with that one was that basically he's sick of Top Rank kind of giving him like these shoo fights. Where it's like, shoo, here's a fight. One of those, take it or leave it. But I could be reading into that differently. I would like a Devin versus Tio fight. I think that would be a good matchup. I think it would be a good test for Devin. But I mean, since he fought Loma, I think Loma's a more technical fighter than Teofimo. Teofimo's a more athletic fighter than Loma. So I think it would be a good fight for Devin. For sure. I think it would be an entertaining fight as well. I think Tio would, as much as I'm saying he's more athletic than technical, I think he would force Haney to think. I think he would really force Haney to make adjustments. You say he needs to use his voice better then. Yeah. Tio versus Ryan would be pretty good too. Honestly, Ryan needs to be in timeout after this. I don't want to see him fight nobody. I'm sure after Ryan loses this weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if he targets Rolly. Teofimo is too inconsistent for bigger fights. What do you mean by that? Because I feel like a lot of people say Tio, like he performs better in bigger fights. He performs better in chaos. So maybe we do need a Tio versus Ryan, because that would be mass chaos. Ryan about to crash out. Yeah, Ryan gonna be on a retreat somewhere. If he loses, like, I don't even know. Poor kid. I really don't even know. Ryan's over here selling the fight. He's actually buying the fight. He buying the fight for girls to sit ringside to cheer him on. He's buying tickets for fans. Fans have been showing him tickets and he's been cash apping them money. So forget selling the fight. He been buying the fight. Brian's definitely going to lose. Devin career highlight reel on the way. If Ryan loses, he will be on LA's boxing team. Maybe Tank will come up and wait and fight Ryan. Do a rematch. They were talking about that, weren't they? About running it back. That might be what's in the works. Again, if I beat you once and I cashed out, I'm going to do it again. Without hesitation. Without hesitation. Who do I got? Fury versus Usyk. I'm going to go with Usyk. I think it's going to be a good fight, though. But I am edging towards Usyk. Okay, we have a undefeated junior lightweight climbing the ladder, Gio LaRocca. One to look out for. Okay. What's next for Regis? I think Regis against Matthias, Pitbull, or Rolly will be good looks for him. Who else is Conor Ben maybe? I think those would be 4 good fights for him. Got some tough fights, and then you also got some just good matchups where he could look good. I got Fury by split decision, but definitely going to be a tough one. Thank you for the compliment. What's your predictions for the fight? If we're talking about the fight this weekend, my predictions is that it goes all 12 rounds. It goes the distance, and Haney wins by unanimous decision. Regis should try to fight Broner or Cobb's winner. I honestly don't know if Broner makes it to the actual fight. He had a fight lined up not too long ago. And what was it, like a week before or the same week, something like that, he pulled out? Regis runs all over Rolly. I don't know. I think it would be I think that would be a good fight. Regis and Rolly. I think it would be a competitive fight. Do I think Regis, who's in his decline? You know what I want to see? Since Benavidez is stepping up, what's the UK kid that is going crazy on Instagram right now? That would be a good fight. I think that fight would sell. What else I got? You want to see Rolly versus Adrian? Haney by unanimous decision. That wasn't his fault. That was the opponent's. LOL. If we talking about the same thing, I'm a little lost. I think I jumped off the topic. Abdullah Mason versus Keyshawn Davis. That's one for in the future. It's gonna be crazy. Yardy would be a good fight. I thought Yardy put up a good fight versus Boo Boo. You said he too green right now. You think so? Who I got in Plant versus Charlo? I got Plant. Now, he's taking some tough fights between Canelo and Benavidez. Those were tough, brutal fights for him, I feel like. So, hopefully it hasn't shaved too many years off of him still being active, for a few more years. But I got Plant versus Charlo. Yes, that's what I mean. Whitaker versus Benavidez. Mattia says he wants to fight Regis, then I will make that fight happen. Ryan by 6-round KO debate me. Go ahead, put it on a parlay and show us, cause you definitely about to lose your money. He need at least 8 more fights. Benavidez is only gonna get more dangerous. You think he's gonna be ready in 8 more fights for Benavidez, and Benavidez has 8 more fights? I think he gets the fight now. We see what happens. And maybe in a couple years, after he get those 8 fights, we get the rematch. Plant got dog in him. He showed that in the Durrell fight. Yeah, that was a good comeback fight for him. That was a great comeback fight for him. Plant really about that. Plant, he don't duck no smoke. He take any challenge. And he gonna bet on himself. All right, y'all. I'm about to wrap it up. I ain't say he gonna be ready. He just gonna be more ready. Okay. Who you got on the fight? Which fight? Oh, this Saturday? I got Haney. Bud versus Boots. I got Bud. All day. Let's see. I am not going to the fight. I will not be there. I actually applied for the credentials and I did not get it. No. So I will be watching the fight from home. I've also been trying to get to a fight party, like host another fight party, and I cannot get ahead of the curve with that. Anyway, has a fight coming up. Oh, you know what? My schedule just changed. So I don't think I'm going to order it. I think I'm going to go and watch it somewhere. Where do I want to watch it at? There's a couple places here in Atlanta that's showing it. I really like Cover ATL. It's in Decatur. I really like that place. I think I'm going to go watch it there. So anybody in Atlanta who wants to tag along, who wants to go sip some cocktails and watch the fight and talk shit, let me know. If you in the A this Saturday, and you want to watch the fight with me, let me know. We can watch the fight together, okay? Side by side. I should go live. The only thing, if I go live, I will have to be at home. I will have to be at home. And I honestly feel like this is a fight that I want to be like out at the bar. We'll see though. We'll see. Today is Wednesday. By Thursday, I'll let y'all know something. No, that's tomorrow. By Friday, I'll let y'all know something. Would y'all rather me do live commentary, or would y'all, well, majority of y'all that's on here don't live here, so I'm sure you're going to say yes. I mean, maybe I can still go live from the bar. I think I am going to cover ATL. You know what? That's where I'm going. I'm not staying home. I'm going to the bar to watch the fight. If you want to watch it with me, let me know. That's where I will be. There's no cover to get in. And I like that. I like that about them. All right, y'all. It's been real. I appreciate you guys coming on live with me. Yeah. Until next time. Maybe I'll go live later on this week. I potentially may go live at the bar. I don't know though. They play music over the fight, so it probably won't be the best thing. But yeah. Yeah. All right. Until next time, y'all take care, be safe. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether you were live or you are watching this right now. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share with somebody else. Make sure you don't miss the next live, which will be Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss it. Yeah, it's been real. Let's Talk Boxing with Jasmine K. We'll be back next week.